attitudes, mentality, and mindset. If you want to be an impactful personality, you have to develop certain types of thinking and perceptions that change the way you see yourself and see the world.
We can have a lot to do in determining what a year will bring forth for us. And it is true. We may not determine the exact activities or the actions or reactions of other people, but we sure enough can determine the final results.
Let's talk a little bit about the lion. The lion has what I call the spirit of leadership. And this word spirit here is referring to attitude. The lion is the king because of one word, attitude. The lion has a different attitude that makes every animal afraid of him. When I use the word fear, we're talking about respect. The elephant respects the lion. The hyenas respect the lion. The giraffes, they respect the lion. What makes these massive animals respect such a small cat? He's not the tallest, not the strongest, not the smartest, not the heaviest, not the most intelligent, but yet he runs things. That's because the lion has something that we need to capture. The attitude is the difference. For example, a lion will see an elephant, and the thing that comes to his mind, one word, lunch. Now the elephant is 10 times the size of the lion, probably 50 times heavier, and has more power. One stomp of his feet could destroy the lion. But when the lion sees the elephant, he doesn't look at size and weight and strength and power. He looks at lunch. I could eat this thing. And he acts the way he thinks. You see, the size is not the problem. The weight of the elephant is not his concern. What makes him act is the way he thinks. And because he thinks he can eat the elephant, he attacks him. The elephant is larger, bigger, stronger, more powerful, heavier, and more intelligent. And yet when the elephant sees the lion, he thinks that he is lunch. The elephant is controlled by the way he thinks. Therefore, his size, his weight, his power, his might, his authority is a victim of the way he thinks. It doesn't matter how big you are, how intelligent you are, how many degrees you get. It's your mind that keeps you small. And it doesn't matter how small you are, or how unintelligent you may seem to be, or how much you don't have. It's your mind that keeps you small. Attitude.
Romans chapter number 12, verses 1 and 2 says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." So the renewing of your mind will help you transform your life. And I'm talking about mind management. Question: do I want to transform my life? Do I want to change my life to a better quality of life? I need to have a knowledge. But that knowledge can only be knowledge if it works for me. If God says to you that you can be transformed by the renewing of your mind, He's given you the responsibility. He's telling you that you can make it happen. He's instructing you to do it because He's put the ability within you to do it. So you can actually change your life from glory to glory by the renewing of your mind. And what you do to your mind will show up in its character. It will show up in what happens. Why are you the way you are? And what more would you want to add to your life? What would you like to take out of your life? In a meeting like this, there are things you'd like to add to your life. There are things you'd like to take out of your life. It's great that you know it's possible in the first place. If you don't manage your mind, then it's going to keep giving to you what it's already got. Where you are today is a function of your mind. You are the expression of all that's in your mind, the workings of your mind. That's who you are. Your personality is the expression of your mind. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he.
In other words, it is the thinking of the person that makes them see circumstances differently. People ask me, how am I doing? My answer is, I have no problems. I haven't had a problem for the last 35 years. Why? Because nothing in my life is a problem. The word problem is a human definition of an opportunity to grow. If you call it a problem, it's a negative. If you see it as an opportunity, it becomes a positive. How do you think? Write this down. Attitude is a product of belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. So your attitude comes from your belief system. The lion is the king because of what he believes about himself and what he believes about the elephant and the giraffe. He believes that they are lunch and he believes he can eat them. His belief system controls the whole situation when they meet. No amount of promotion or associations with rich people or smart people can ever substitute for the right attitude. As a matter of fact, your development is determined by, number one, your perception of who you are. Number two, by why you think you exist. And number three, these are very important, your sense of significance. I am giving you my secret to life right here. You got to first change your perception of who you are. And that starts with a belief system. Secondly, you must change your perception of why you think you exist. And number three, your sense of significance. Once you discover, no matter where you are right now, it doesn't matter. I don't care what situation you're in now, where you're working, or what situation you're in. If you get these three things to come alive, number one, your perception of who you are. You've got to change it. And most of our perceptions are other people's concepts of us, and therefore we don't have self-concept, we got other concept. What is your perception of who you are? And the second one, why do you think you exist? You got to discover that you were born for something. Some reason, there's some purpose for your life. If you don't discover that, you'll always have a job, and we'll bury you in an average grave with an average tombstone. And you must develop a sense of significance in your life. Discover that you are important to the human race. You are important to the world. You are important to your universe. When I had to grapple with that question, it was tough. Because I've been taught by society, like you have, that you are just a social security number or some NIB number, or you're some just kind of a worker in the system. But that's not true. You were born to do something very significant in the world. And you have to get to the point where you believe that. You can have potential, but if you don't have the belief, your potential becomes a victim of your present belief. Remember the elephant? The elephant has great power. But what makes him afraid of the lion is his belief system. Belief is so powerful, it can make an elephant act like a sheep in the presence of a lion.
Your life, how you live, what you do, the character of your words, the totality of your personality, the expression of your mind. So managing your mind is the primary principle for increasing your value and multiplying your success and upgrading your state.
You know, normally people who are insecure, whenever they meet somebody who is confident, they always call the confident arrogant. When you discover who you are, you can't help but be confident. I don't pretend, I don't try to have confidence. If you try, that means you ain't got it. You're faking it. Confidence is a product of belief. What you believe about yourself determines the way you think about yourself, and the way you think about yourself is the way you behave. And you behave bold and confident and fearless because there's some things you discovered about you and about life that changed a perception. And that's what this session is about. It's about mentality. First of all, your attitude got to be right. Then you must marry that to attributes. That means gifts you were born with. Then you got to marry that to aptitude. That means now you got to educate and train those gifts. That's why you read and study and go to school, for your aptitude to be increased. And then your altitude means you got to change the level of associations you are in. You know, it's amazing. When you change your aptitude, you normally want to change your altitude. You have to appreciate the fact that no one is responsible for your life except you.